Good afternoon. Time to wrap up today's trading for this July the 5th, and we're entering probably a 2-week period of action without major news where we would expect lower volumes. The U.S., the 4th of July holiday, France's Independence Day, July the 14th, tends to really slow things down. We came in this morning with a sell recommendation at 84.50 to 87.25. And the mean green trade would have put you there. 84.50 would have put you there. We thought that the market was pointed lower and ought to retest the overnight session lows, and it did. The trade was a little slow to develop, as you can see right here, but develop it did, eventually giving us about a 10-point range. We had a 75 to 77 buy. This was our buy zone. We started out early in the morning with that, out of this area, a counter trend trade. Another one. Then we talked through this trade right here. We talked through that trade. We talked through that trade. Mean green trades. Now, the first time we get to a mean green line, that's a good trade. If we cross from the value area high to value area low. The second time we get to the mean green line, if we haven't made new lows, which we did, that trade is suspect. We don't usually take the second. We won't put a resting limit sell out here against the mean green line. Because we did make new lows, it is retracement. You can have a resting limit sell against that. So print this chart out. Otherwise, the other way to enter it is to sell stop in the market when you take out this, what happens to be a triple bottom right there, to retest this low, and we don't get there. We stop right here. Market comes back up. Reasonable trade here off of this B. We get a retest failure set up here. Nancy's tweezers, couple asses, another retest failure, eventually leading to this quadruple low. Now this quadruple low is important. If they can't take it lower on 4 attempts, somebody's going to cover their shorts, and you can see it right in here, that one as it starts up, and you can see that this bar right here is a P. All the volume is in the top half, so we've got a P right there. We've got a P in the bar before it. We've got a P in the bar before that. So this is the only B is right there. All these other bars are P's, and you can see that just by seeing where the placement of the mode is. So that's a good move. Move, pause, move. Stops at the mode, mean green. And come back down and retest this low here, and it holds. So my guess is we're probably going to close the market in the 76 area. But really on top of our game. The sell right off the opening was a good one. Our buy zone at 75, 77 worked out pretty well too. And once again showing that you do have access to superior materials when you need it before the fact. That can really help you trade and become successful. Okay, a lower high and a lower low today. We've got definitely a seller into 2100, and right now we're not rejecting 75, so it looks like to me that the buyer is below 2050. And if we took 70 points off of the high here, 2100, that would put us back in this 2030 area, and you can see right down here below 2030 that we have had buying. So 2030 would be a trading target if the selling will continue for us tomorrow. Looking at the F2 screen, and we went through a lot of different volume splits, but another reason why did we want to be short? I mean, we have a B, and we eventually end up with a B right here. If the market was to close right now at 76, we'd be selling 79s to 81s, then our 84s to 86s for sell too. I think if we can stay below 80, 82, this market's got a good chance to break it. And the ideal situation would be for us to, for London, would be to rally it up and fail in London in the 80, 82 area. For us in the market is to kind of move sideways, be range bound, and then try to take out 80, 82 in the morning. We do have some news. So I think we are headed lower. This B pattern, 69 to 71 by 1. And then we got this high volume number down here at 63, so we'll make 63 by 2. Okay, tomorrow's news, international trade, minus 40B. PMI services, 51.3. ISM services, 53.3. I think PMI's numbers are a little bit closer to truth, reality, than the FOMC minutes. So ISM services, FOMC minutes, direction of the E-mini. Okay, looking at the treasuries, flight to quality, we get these explosive rallies, flight to quality and treasuries, and then they kind of sit the next day and retrace some of that. So we're in a situation where we'd like the market to continue to rally. We've got this high up here at 3406.5. That's close enough. So higher low, higher high, find a place to buy it off the F1. Going to be okay to sell failure to take out and hold 3606, excuse me, 134.06.5. Double distribution up, started in D period, did get some help from the indexes. So we have P's behind us, and we like the buying this morning. We had a 17 to 21 buy. The low is 18.5. So our buy area worked out pretty good for us. Our first sell was 28 to the buck. We have a high of 31.5. So again, you had information in your hands early on that could have put money in your account if you would have traded it. We had this information well before the fact. So sell number one's 31 to 03. Then 7 to 11. A lot of it will be dependent upon the E-mini. The ADP number doesn't come till Thursday. We have non-farm payrolls on Friday. The breakout came from 25.5, so 22, 26 by 1. Like to get it done as close to 22 as possible. And then 13 to 17 by 2. Looking at the 30-year. And another one of those fabulous sneezes. Okay, resistance is 8 to 12. So 15 to 19, those are new highs, but allows them to get stops just above today's highs and bring it back into the range. Then 27 to 31, be leaning against 171. I mean, these are unbelievable numbers if you think about them. On the buy side, the buck, so 28 to the buck would be number one, so 21 to 25 buy one. May take 01s to get in depending on what the E-mini does this afternoon. Then 9 to 13 for buy 2. We had a 5 to 9 buy this morning. The low was 6. So again, you have really, really good information that you can use to trade in your hands before the fact. And if you can find a way to allow yourself to take these trades, you're going to be a happy camper. I know, but what if you're wrong? And the problem is that we never know if we're going to be wrong or right. You just have to take good trades. And that's the way that you get around that dilemma. Easy to talk about, hard to do. You'll feel puny. You won't want to take a trade. You won't want to put it on for all sorts of reasons, and you don't. Okay, gold lower high, higher low, inside day trading range. My guess is we're trading higher, pretty strong market to the upside. But the F1 screen says find a way to trade it tomorrow. Looking at the F2 screen, we have two distributions up, both of them are P's, so 59 to 61 is going to be sell 1. That is resistance. It's not really the trade that I'd like to take. And then we jump through the 62 level, 65, 67 for sell 2. On the buy side, we have a move out of the middle at 51. Last rotate down was 55, so 53, 55 buy 1. 49, 51 buy 2. Yeah, crude really got whacked hard today. Lower high, lower low, move out of the middle. Everything came together on this trade. I think we're going for stops below 45 on this move. Multiple distributions lower. Here's your A split. After a trend day, crude tends to pause. So we'll see if that is the case. We're at 71 right now, so 47, 47 and a quarter, sell 1. 47.50, 47.75, sell 2. On the buy side, 46 and a quarter, 46.50, buy 1. Then 45.50, 45.75, buy 2. And might have to lean against 47 to get the short off. Our 47, 47 and a quarter is for stops above 47. Sometimes we get lucky and that happens. But I think we're headed for stops below 45. And we've been pretty good at making those calls. And last but not least, the euro. The euro really got adjusted lower today. Remember, China for the last week almost every day has devalued the yuan. Outside day says trading range, so we've got some buyers right down here at 10.50. Double distribution lower. You can see that we should start to find buyers in the 1075 area, 1050 especially. So why don't we make it 50 to 60 buy 1, and then the buck to 10 for buy 2. We'll open it up to the downside. I think we can go lower. On the sell side, basically 112 give or take, and then 111 we see 112 20 111 25s, and then 111.50 for sell 2. And the news that we have tomorrow: international trade minus 40B, PMI services 51.3, ISM services 53.3, and FOMC minutes. And the FOMC minutes will play, because they'll be trying to figure out how strong or weak they think the Fed's assessment of the economy is. And bear in mind, the Fed's assessment of the economy is always overstated. These people don't keep their jobs. Oh man, the economy's really bad. It's going to go down the tubes. Hey, we had a good day today. Started off a little slow. That's probably going to be the case again tomorrow. It is summer, but if you stick with the trades, a little bit patient, you can still make your business plan. Y'all have a great evening. I will see you bright and early in the morning.